Hey guys, happy Thanksgiving. I was just talking to the co-founder that founded REALTRUTHERTALK with me the other day, and I was like, wow, next year I would have been doing this 10 years. I know I say I've been researching for 10 years, but I probably researched about a year before we actually started the podcast. So I would say like I was researching for 10 years, like since 2010. And then like about a year afterwards, we started the podcast in like 2011. So yeah, it's really exciting. You know, something that started off as a hobby and just wanting to have a podcast so we can have somebody to talk to has now turned into this. And had I been more active on YouTube, I probably would have had a bigger following, but at the time we were just doing it because we wanted to spread the information to people and we wanted someone to talk to. And as a result, you know, we've made lots of great friends and met lots of wonderful people and lots of kindred spirits. And I mean, this journey has been such a blessing to me. So since this is Thanksgiving, I was just thinking of things that I'm thankful for, and I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for you guys. I'm thankful for the kind words you send me. I'm thankful for the nice donations you send me. I'm very grateful and thankful even for the trolls because you guys are so nice to me. I kind of need somebody to like say some shitty stuff to me just so I don't get a big head because, you know, I surround myself with friends that are very critical of me and don't kiss my ass. So I'm afraid of like getting a big head. So I'm grateful for those trolls too, even though they get on my nerves, but I'm glad that, you know, because they keep me balanced. I'm very thankful that I have a mom that even though we're at different sides of the political spectrum, she still loves me and respects me and believes in me. I'm thankful for the fact that you know, even though this has been tumultuous times, especially these last 4 years just seems to have ramped up really, really hard and fast. But I'm grateful for finding out who my friends really were because some people that I thought were my friends weren't my friends. And then as a result of them dropping off, I found even better people in my life. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for my health. I used to be really sick and allergic to everything all the time and have really bad endometriosis and you know, my asthma is not as bad. I wouldn't say it's in remission, but I'm not as sick as I used to be. I just have so much to be thankful for, you guys, and just because this is Thanksgiving, I wanted to be grateful and make this about gratefulness until I saw that damn article that was saying in Vermont that they're gonna have the elementary school kids, you know, tell on their families if they had Thanksgiving. That's some bullshit. Sorry guys, I know you thought like you were gonna get through a video where I was gonna be all nice and shit, I wasn't gonna curse, but too bad. This is Truth or Talk. This is how it is, okay? So I saw that article and I was flipping livid, okay? I was livid because, you know, as a teacher, I remember that that even, you know, when the year that I taught essay writing, I thought about this. That wasn't my purpose, but I thought about even having your kids write essays about something is a very good way to extract information from them. So I don't think that they'll necessarily, you know, they like take the kid aside and be like, oh, did you spend time with, you know, with your family? You're not supposed to, blah, 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 blah. But either they'll guilt trip them and they'll, you know, they'll have the teachers like make them feel guilty in class and like, hey, if you guys spend Thanksgiving, you know, with your family, then you're really being selfish and you're going to kill a lot of people and you're just a murderer. And then, you know, the kid might be like, oh my God. Or they'll have them write an essay and they can take the essays and turn the essays in. I'm just saying, as a teacher, I barely got to teach what I wanted to teach anyway, but I remember through the essay writing, I learned a lot about my students, right? So these sneaky SOBs could technically be like, let's write an essay about like what you did for Thanksgiving, and then they can have the kids write it. And especially if you're a younger kid, you're gonna be honest. So I'm just like, take your kids out of school. Just do it. Just do it. Find a community of homeschoolers. After this election thing blows over, I was in touch with this guy named, oh my God, I forgot his name. He's a homeschooling consultant, and I want to have him on for an interview. I'm just trying to get my channel and some personal stuff together, and then I want to also get ready to launch my music and stuff. So that's been my priority right now. So I'm not doing interviews, but I'm gonna have this guy on first part of the year to talk about homeschooling, because you guys, I mean, think about it. These institutions, I left. Okay, I'm backing up even more. I come from a family of teachers. My grandmother was a teacher, my uncle was a teacher, my aunt was a teacher, my mom was a teacher's aide. My cousin was a teacher, my other cousin was a teacher. I have relationships with my teachers to this day. Some of the teachers that I've been teaching me since I was a kid to this day. So I have a huge respect for pedagogy and for teaching and for empowering and informing people. And it's a passion of mine along with other things. But one thing I noticed too when I was waking up to all this stuff, the agenda, not you having to teach the kids certain things, even if you don't even want to teach them. But the fact that like the schools have your kids' minds for 8 hours or more a day, 5 days a week. That was loud. Okay, 5 days a week. I don't know if you guys heard that. 9 months out of the year. And they want to even extend that more. Like they want to make preschool mandatory. So they have your kids' minds for even a longer time. I don't believe in, when they were talking about like, oh, we need a head of the Department of Education. No, we don't. No, we don't. Parents need to take responsibility for teaching their kids and what their kids learn. And maybe I'm not so crazy, because even though I was in the public school system, my parents still had a hand in the education and the things I was being taught. And if you're just working and you can't do that and you're not paying attention to what your kids are being taught, that's even worse. I don't know, maybe you can find a good community. I'm just saying, like, if I was a person, if I was a parent person, when I used to be human, when I was a parent, if I was a parent, I definitely would not be putting my kid in school. It would, or if I did, it would have to be a school where I knew the people, I knew the community, I knew they were being taught. But I just think it's going to get crazier. Like they're teaching kids, about sexual stuff and transgender stuff at a very young age. I don't have anything against gay people. I have a lot of gay friends, but I don't think that they should be learning that shit at like 5 years old. Okay. It's detrimental to their psychological health to be learning that stuff at such a young age, I believe. They're teaching them to not love this country. They're not teaching them information about this country. They're teaching them a lot of self-hatred. They're turning these kids into test takers, and now they're going to turn them into tattletales because they're telling them that they shouldn't have family Thanksgiving together with their family. So they're basically making them dependent on the state, and it's another way that they're trying to break up the family. Get it? So this is in Vermont, I heard, or I read the article, it was in Vermont. Wouldn't be surprised if it's happening other places, especially where there's strict lockdowns, all right? But you have to ask yourself, South Dakota didn't lock up, I think Florida. There are other, Texas isn't as bad. There are other places around the country that have lax rules. Sweden didn't lock down. Mexico had a big old concert right after COVID was announced, and nobody's dying in the streets there of COVID. So you have to, it's just getting ridiculous. I don't know when people, how scared people have to be. I don't know when enough is going to be enough. Do they need to start coming in and kicking down your door and taking your kids away from you? Because they're also saying that too, that, they were saying that they wanted to take kids away from parents if they test it from COVID and isolate them somewhere. You mean for a disease that's so deadly that you have to get a test to see if you have it or not? For a disease that's so deadly, has a 97 to 99% survival rate, that's what that kills less people than the flu? When the lockdowns are killing more people because of deaths of despair and mental illness? Really? Okay. So I'm just saying, that's something you should consider. You should think about. Find communities. I will have this guy on beginning of the year. And if I can't get him, I'll get somebody else to talk about homeschooling, because this is something I've been wanting to talk about for a long time. And I think a lot of parents think that they can't do it, you know, and parents need the self-esteem. If they have the community to do this, they would have the self-esteem to pull their kids out of school, right? You're telling kids false history, you know, it's just so much nefarious activity going on in schools, so much brainwashing on a mass scale. Right? It's just, they're breaking up the families and they're teaching them self-hatred, basically. And a lot of these kids are getting indoctrinated, and that's why we have a lot of these Antifa freaks out here, because of the education system. You know, and if you ever saw Mila Weaver's movie Shadowgate, they actually try and start in like junior high to indoctrinate these kids into these ideologies, right? And then they get to college and they're even more indoctrinated. So just something to think about. But I will say, I'm very thankful for this journey. I'm thankful for you guys. I'm very thankful that I have a connection with God, because if I didn't have this connection, I probably would be crazy now. I'm on pins and needles. I'm antsy a little bit because I want this election stuff to be resolved. But on the other hand, I'm really at peace. I'm not, you know, upset. I'm not worried. I have faith that it's gonna work out fine. But it's not like a false faith. I know the evidence. I know the people that are working on this case have a lot of heart and a lot of passion, and they have a you know, they have an interest in seeing this country thrive and not be a socialist country. And just, you know, I've seen all the people and met all the people that love this country, of all races, from all countries, even the legal immigrants and the illegal and illegal immigrants that are coming over. Because if America falls, we all fall, the world falls. And I know that may sound cliche, and a lot of people say that, but it's true. I was looking at this video from this lady from Nigeria, and she was basically saying the same thing. She was like, I left my country because of corruption, and now if America comes corrupt, she was just like, where am I gonna go? Where am I gonna go? Right? And I had somebody from Venezuela, I forgot your name, was it Anthony, that called in the show, and he was just like, you know, I left my country to come to America, and now America's turning into my country? What the F, you know? Like, I'm trying not to curse so much because I did the last video, I dropped so many F-bombs. I was livid that day. I wanted to call Wikipedia and curse them out. But anyway, yeah, so America, it's everybody's country. We're such a great country because we have the input of everybody around the world, and so many different cultures and races, and the ideology of just freedom and wanting to be free, and, you know, live together in harmony, and to be better people, and to, you know, to thrive and reach for the stars and to edify ourselves. This is what America is all about. And I'm so proud of everybody that I've seen that has, you know, been fighting for this country since Donald Trump has been in office. It really, I think about it, it brings tears to my eyes. We're going through a second revolution right now. And it's beautiful. I really think, I mean, some days it's, somebody said the other day, it was a comment, they're like, this is like the craziest, wildest, scariest, and it is. It's just a lot of emotion. But I think this is something that we need to go through so we can be grateful for what we have. Because, you know, we as Americans, we haven't really had any harsh wars on our land, on like, if we were in wars, but we were in you know, going to other countries, or not we, but soldiers were going to other countries. So this is the first time that like the chickens are coming home to roost. But I think once we get over this hill, then we will be definitely stronger. What doesn't kill us makes us stronger. And it's like we're going to the gym, right? We're getting stronger as we are fighting for our country. All right, guys, I love you guys so much. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you're defying orders, and I'll be working, but, well, not working, but working at home. But I'll explain on Friday, but I'm fine with that. I'll tell you on Friday, tomorrow. I'll tell you why tomorrow. But I hope for those of you guys that actually want to spend time with your families, I hope you're out. I hope you're defying orders. I hope you're eating nice turkey and stuffing and cake and pie, and, you know, just having a great time. I wish that for you guys, all right? I love you guys so much, and peace and love. Bye-bye. Mwah.